Hi there, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you to really love your guitar learning journey. Today I'm going to show you how to play a standard 12-bar blues pattern on acoustic guitar. Let's do it. Before we get started, let me show you the basic chords we'll be using. To start off, we have an E7 chord. I'm using my first finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret, and I'm stretching my 2nd finger over here to the 5th string, 2nd fret. All the other strings are open. It's a fairly open sounding chord. And now for the A7. I'm using my 2nd finger on the 4th string and my 3rd finger on the 2nd string, both on the 2nd frets. You can use your 1st and 2nd fingers if you really want to. And then finally a B7 chord. I've got my 2nd finger on the 5th string, my 1st finger on the 4th string, my 3rd finger on the 3rd string, I've skipped the 2nd string, and the pinky is on the 1st string. Now everything's on the 2nd fret except my 1st fingers on the 1st fret. Come with me over into my guitar studio so I can show you the rest nice up and close. At its roots, the standard 12-bar blues pattern is 12 bars long, and it only includes 3 chords. The 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Okay, if you've never heard those numbers, what I'm referring to, if you have a key, the name of the key, let's say in this case E, the 1 chord would be E, the 1st chord. Then if you want to find out what the 4 chord is, you count up E, F, G, A. So A is the 4 chord, and then one more B is the 5 chord. Now the reason that's used is so it makes it easy to change keys. You just find another key and you say 1 chord, D, D, E, F, G, and that'd be the 4 chord, and G and A would be the 5 chord, so on. We're going to do this in the key of E for an example, and I encourage you to learn it in this key first. It's a great key for the guitar, but it's also easier to learn it in other keys once you feel confident with one key already. Now also, one change we're going to make with the chords, instead of a regular E, A, and B, we're going to turn everything to 7ths because it sounds more bluesy. So it's going to be E7, A7, and B7. Let me show you. I'll start out mapping out the 12 bars. We'll do 1 bar of E7, 1 bar of A7, and then 2 bars of E7. I'm strumming once for each bar. So that's 4 bars. Now the next 4 bars are going to be 2 A7s and 2 E7s. That's 8 bars. Now the last 4 bars are what we call a turnaround pattern. The progression sounds like it wants to go back to the 1 chord. I'll show you what I mean. We start with the 5 chord, that B7, to the A7, the 4 chord, to the 1 chord, and then the last chord is a B7, and ending on that makes you feel like you want to start over. So it creates this kind of cyclic motion. So first of all, before we get into the strum, just go through with me one time, play each chord one time so you can feel the 12 bars. Each strum represents 1 bar or 1 measure. Start with E7. Ready? Go. 1, A7, 2, E7, 3, and again. 4. Now A7 2 times. 5, 6, and back to E7. 7 and 8. Now that turnaround. B7. 1, 9, A7, 10, E7, 11, and the 12th is a B7. Now, let's add a strum to that. We're going to use a shuffle strum, which is common in blues. The rhythm sounds like this. So one way to think of it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know I was taught once by a teacher to say triplet, triplet, triplet. Let's try that with the E7 chord. Ready? Hit it. Okay, so now we're going to substitute 4 of those strums for each of the chords. Go ahead and try it along with me again. We'll start with E7. I'll call out the chords. Ready? Play E7. A7 now. And back to E7. Remember, 2 bars of E7, so 1 more. 2, 3, 4. 2 bars of A7. 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar again. And that's 2 bars. Back to E7. 1 more bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 to B7. A7. E7. And on B7. Now, if you want to sound a little more authentic, you might want to add a mute to that strum. So it sounds like this. Down, up, and then mute the strings. I'm hitting down on the string and palm muting. I put my palm near the bridge and hit the strings at the same time. So it sounds like this. Down, up, mute, up, down, mute, up. I do have other lessons that go more into that strum. For now, let's go through the whole blues pattern one more time. And I'm going to add to it an intro lick that you could find in another lesson. I'll put a link so you can get access to that. Here we go. If you've already watched a lesson on the intro lick, give it a try with me. If not, go ahead and just wait till we hit the E7. Here we go. Listen. And to the E7. A7. Sounding good. Back to E7. 2 bars. And to A7. Again. Now to E7. One more time. Turn around coming. Here we go. B7. A7. And E7. And B7. Okay, you did it! Your standard 12-bar blues on acoustic guitar. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you'd like to learn more with me, check out my 14-day free trial on my Real Guitar Success website. I'd love to have you there. I'll put a link somewhere below here. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.